You know, when you look at Google Earth, you think you're just seeing maps, right? But sometimes it shows you so much more. It gives us a glimpse of secrets hidden in plain sight, stories from places our eyes were never ever meant to see. Let's uncover what's been hiding right above our heads. I mean, check this out. What are these bizarre grids doing in the middle of a desert? And this, an entire community living under one roof? Or how about this tangle of thousands of boats in a harbor? These aren't just random patterns. They're windows into whole other worlds. All right, so first up, let's start our journey where the maps usually go blank. We're going to look at the hidden infrastructure of global power, places that were built to project strength and to remain completely unseen. At first glance, it just looks like a massive, square mound of dirt. But look closer. That's no natural hill. You've got roads disappearing into tunnels, watchtowers guarding the whole thing. So you gotta ask, what in the world is so important that it needs to be hidden out here? Well, this is the Kirtland Underground Munitions Storage Complex. And what's underneath that dirt? Oh, just an estimated 2,500 nuclear warheads. Yeah, it's the biggest nuclear weapons storage site on the entire planet. And get this, look at when it was built. Construction kicked off in 1985, right at the absolute peak of the Cold War. They buried these vaults up to 120 feet deep. This place isn't just a piece of history, it's a very, very real relic of that global standoff. Okay, so from weapons of mass destruction, let's jump over to the eyes that guide them. Welcome to the Nevada desert. Satellites flying over this empty landscape have spotted these massive, strange geometric patterns. What on earth are they for? No, these aren't some kind of alien markings. They're actually incredibly precise tools. We're looking at the Fallen Range Training Complex, which is used by the US Navy. And these giant patterns? They're for spy satellites and aircraft, helping them make sure their eyes in the sky are perfectly focused. So what does that actually mean? Well, the satellites use these targets to sharpen their vision, right? Checking everything from their camera zoom to their focus. But some of these are even crazier. They're literally mock towns built out of shipping containers designed to be giant bullseyes for testing air-to-ground missiles. And you know what? The US isn't the only one doing this. Let's go halfway across the world to China's Taklamakan Desert. Satellites have found something similar, except this one is absolutely colossal. A 500-acre grid, so huge that spy planes can supposedly spot it with the naked eye from 80,000 feet up. It's a modern-day technological race, a race for the perfect vision from above. Okay, let's take a hard turn here. We're going from the cold, calculated precision of military tech to something completely different. Now our satellites are going to show us stories of incredible isolation and deep human connection, hidden away in the most remote corners of our planet. So, get this, way down south of New Zealand, on this tiny windswept piece of land called Campbell Island, satellites have spotted something amazing. It's a single Sitka spruce tree. And according to Guinness World Records, it is officially the loneliest tree in the world. Some expedition planted it back in 1901, and it's been standing there all alone for over 100 years. And when I say lonely, I mean really lonely. The next closest tree is a staggering 275 kilometers away, on the Auckland Islands. I mean, that's just a powerful symbol of solitude, captured right from space. All right, so from that ultimate symbol of solitude, let's look at a powerful example of human community. Deep, deep in the Amazon rainforest, satellite images show us these unique circular structures, and inside, entire tribes are living together. What you're looking at is called a shabano. It's the traditional home for tribes like the Yanomami, who are hunter-gatherers living more than 250 kilometers from the closest city. The whole community, everyone, lives together as one big family under this single circular roof. It's a way of life that's gone on for centuries, completely hidden from the rest of us. Okay, for our last stop on this journey, we're zooming in on the massive, sometimes chaotic machinery of industry and trade, the stuff that keeps our world moving. So take a look at this. It's the port of Nouadhibou in Mauritania. At first, you might think it's a massive shipwreck. But when you get closer, you see it's actually thousands of fishing boats, all tied together in this incredibly dense floating mess. So what is going on here? Well, it's actually a pretty brilliant solution that was just born out of necessity. See, the port is way too small to hold every single boat, and the Atlantic storms out there can be absolutely brutal. So what do the fishermen do? They tie their boats together, It creates this one giant heavy mass that's much more stable in the rough seas. It keeps their boats, their livelihoods safe, and they get to share the anchoring costs. Pretty clever, right? Okay, so from a crowded port, let's head over to one of the most critical shipping lanes in the entire world, the Suez Canal. A satellite happened to capture this moment of high-stakes, real-time problem solving when a gigantic vessel got completely stuck. So this ship you see is the Zhenhua, a huge Chinese vessel that got itself lodged in the sand. But here's the crazy part. Look at its cargo. It's carrying a massive dredger ship. In what has to be one of the most brilliant displays of on-the-spot problem solving, the crew actually used the dredger, the cargo itself, to dig out the seabed from right underneath their own ship. They literally cleared their own path to freedom. So think about what we've just seen. A hidden vault of nuclear weapons, a superpower's secret targeting grids, the world's loneliest tree, an entire tribe living under one roof, and a global trade choke point being cleared with some incredible ingenuity. Each one of these images from above shows us a world that is so much more complex and, frankly, more fascinating than we can ever imagine just from down here on the ground. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it, as these satellites keep watching, circling the globe, what other secrets, what other hidden worlds are still out there, just waiting to be seen?